Assalamu alaikum students. Once again I welcome you all to my YouTube video class. In Chapter 8 we have learned about strings and string manipulation. Today we are going to start a new unit number 3, Chapter 9, Lists, Tuples, Sets and Dictionary. In this video you are going to learn about list. List. Python programming language has 4 collections of data types such as list, tuple, set and dictionary. A list in Python is known as a sequence data type like strings. It is an ordered collection of values enclosed within square brackets. Each value of a list is called as element. It can be of any type such as numbers, characters, strings and even the nested list as well. Nested list means what? A list within a list. Okay. The elements can be modified or mutable. Mutable means the elements can be replaced, add or remove. You can do any manipulation or any modification with that list elements. Okay. Every element rests at some position in the list. Okay. Each element in the list has separate positions. The position of an element is indexed with numbers beginning with 0, which is used to locate and access a particular element. Okay. Same like a string, the elements in the list will stored in a particular position that we numbered with starting with 0. Okay. Then the list is similar to the array, which I have learnt in their C++ and all, right. This list is just like an array only. Okay. Now we'll see how to create a list in Python. In Python, a list is simply created by using square bracket. Okay, whenever you are using list means you have to specify the list elements within the square bracket. The elements of list should be specified within square brackets. Now let's see the syntax which explains the creations of list. Look at the syntax. Here the variable you have to declare to store the list. So variable is equal to then the square bracket, then the number of elements. Each elements will be separated by the comma. Okay, element 1, comma, element 2, comma, element 3, comma, till element n you can specify. How many elements you need to specify for the variable that you can specify within the square bracket. Clear? Now look at the example. Marks is equal to, this is a variable equal to, then the square bracket 10, comma 23, comma 41, comma 75. Totally you have stored 4 elements, okay, to the variable mark. Then fruits is equal to, within the double quotes. If you are using string means you have to use double quotes. Okay, apple, comma orange, comma mango, comma banana. So here you are use 4 element list for the variable fruit. Okay. Then my list is equal to empty. Okay, null list. Here in this above in the example, the list marks has 4 integer elements. Second list fruit has 4 string elements, and third is the empty list. The element of a list need not be homogeneous type of data. See, there is no restriction that you should use only a particular data type within the list. Okay, you can use multiple type elements. You can use for a single variable, you can use like one is integer, other is float, other is string. Whatever it is you want to store for the particular variable in the list means you can store different types of. Okay, here look at the example. My list is equal to welcome, comma 3.14, comma 10, comma 246. Here see how many list elements are created with the different data types, right? First one is string, second element is in float, then third element is an integer, then fourth element is another list. Okay, already this is a list. A list within a list is known as a nested list. Clear? Here in this example, my list contains another list as an element, right? 246 is another list, this as an element for the my list. So this type of list is known as nested list. Okay, nested list is a list containing another list as an element. Clear about this? You can use any data type for a single variable as a list. Clear? Now we will see how to access list elements. Python assigns an automatic index value for each element of a list begins with 0, right? The index value begins with 0. Index value can be used to access an element in a list. Okay, why we are using this index value? By using this index value, you can access an element in a list. Okay. In Python, index value is an integer number which can be positive or negative. Right. Now look at the example. Here marks is equal to, within the square brackets, 10, 23, 41, 75. See, if any elements are specified within a square bracket means that is known as a list. Okay. Now here's a marks is a variable with the 10, 23, 41, 75. These are the elements in a list. Now look at that, how it's positioned. Marks 10, 23, 41, 75. Index. If the index is positive means the index position will start from 0. The next one is 1, next 2, next 3. If the index value is negative means, the index assigned from the last character to the first character in reverse order begins with -1. Okay, that is last character, that is 75 is assigned to -1. Then the preceding 75 is 41, that is assigned to -2, then -3, -4. Okay, so positive value of index counts from the beginning of the list, that is from 0, and the negative value means counting backward from the end of the list, that is in reverse order. Clear? Suppose you are having a list of elements that is assigned to some variables. Okay, if you want to access an element from that list means you have to write the name of the list first. Okay, then the index of the element. Okay, which index is positioned, that index value you should specify enclosed within the square bracket. Okay, now look at the syntax. List variable, that is some variables you assign, is equal to within the square bracket you are specifying some list elements e1, e2, e3 up to en. Okay, if you want to access that element from the list means here print. If you are going to print, okay, one of the element from the list means you have to specify that print, then the list variable, that is the name of the variable in which the list is stored, that variable you have to specify, then the index value of the element. Suppose if you want to access E2, so suppose you print, right? So suppose if you want to print E2, that list second element means you have to specify here that index position. Which element you want to access, that index value you have to specify here within the square bracket. Example accessing single element. Now we are going to access only one element. Okay, here a Python prompt, marks is a variable is equal to, these are the list 10, 23, 41, 75 within the square bracket, right? Now you are going to print one element. Print of, then what is in which variable you have stored the list, that you have to specify. Marks, then which element you are going to access, that element index value you have to specify here. Here you are going to print the first element. So the index position starts from 0, right? So you have to specify the index position. The first value, 10th index value is 0, right? Suppose 0 within the square bracket. Then if you press enter means you can able to see the first element 10 here. Okay, here the print command, print 10 as output as the index of 10 is. Okay, now look at the second example, accessing elements in reverse order. This is a positive index. Now we are going to use negative index. Now same, marks is equal to 10, 23, 41, 75. Then print of marks of -1. Minus means this is a negative index. So if it is a negative index, it will start accessing from the last element of the list. Okay, so the -1 position is 75. So your output will be 75. Okay, that is negative index can be used to access an element in reverse order. Clear about this? Now we'll see how to access all the elements of a list. Loops are used to access all elements from a list. Okay, there are 3 different types of loop. One is while loop, do while, another is for loop, right? The initial value of the loop must be 0. 0 is the beginning index of the list, right? Now look at the example. Marks is equal to 10, 23, 41, 75 is equal to 0. Why I is less than 4. Print marks of I is equal to I plus 1. This is our coding. In this example, mark list contains 4 integer elements, that is 10, 23, 41 and 75, right? Each element has an index value starting from 0. So now the index value of the elements are 0, 1, 2 and 3, right? Here we are using while loop to read all the elements. The initial value of the loop is 0, right? So we are assigning I is equal to 0. So the starting value of loop is 0. So I is equal to 0. Then the test condition is I is lesser than 4. That is, as long as the test condition is true, the loop executes and prints the corresponding output. Okay, till the conditions become false, the print statement will get executed with the elements. Clear? I'll see what will happen in the first iteration. During this first iteration, the value of I is 0, right? I is equal to 0. Where it will check the condition while I is lesser than 4. Now the I value is 0, so 0 is lesser than 4. Yes, the condition is true. Now the following statement, that is print of marks of I, gets executed, and the print the value of marks of 0. Now I value is 0, right? Now it will print the value of marks of 0 element, that is 10. So 10 will get printed, right? Then after that, the I is equal to, next statement, I is equal to I plus 1 increments the value of I from 0 to 1. Okay, now the I value is 0. After incrementing, now the I value becomes 1. Now the flow of control shift to while statement for checking the test condition. Okay, this process will repeat to print the remaining element of the marks list until the test conditions of while loop becomes false. Clear? Okay, so now your output will be 10, then 23, then 41 and 75. After that, it will check the condition I is equal to I plus 1. Now the I value is 4. Okay, it will check the while condition. 4 is lesser than 4. No, the condition is false. So it will exit from the loop. Clear, all of you? Now look at this table. It shows the execution of the loop and the value to be printed. Okay, in the first iteration, the I value is 0. Then it will check the while loop. That condition 0 is lesser than 4. Yes, the condition is true. Then it will execute the print statement. What is in print statement? Marks of I. Now the I value is 0, so mark of 0. It will check the elements in marks of 0's position, that is 10. So it will print the value 10. Then the next statement is increment. I is equal to I plus 1. So 0. Now the I value is 0, right? 0 plus 1 is equal to 1. So now I value becomes 1 now, right? So in the second iteration, again it will go to Z. I is equal to 1. So I is equal to 1. It will check the condition. 1 is lesser than 4. Yes, the condition is true. Then the print statement will execute. That is marks of I value is now 1. Marks of 1. What is in the marks of 1 position? 23. So 23 will get displayed. The next statement is increment. Now the I value will get increment to 2. Okay. So that is 0. I is equal to I plus 1. That is 1 plus 1. That is 2. Now the I value becomes 2. Then again it will check that condition 2 is lesser than 4. Yes, the condition is true. It will print marks of 2. What is in marks of 2 position? 41. It will print that 41. Then the I value incremented by 1. That is already the I value is 2. Now increment by 1. 2 plus 1, 3. Now the I value is 3. It will again check the condition. 3 is lesser than 4. Yes, the condition is true. Then what is in marks of 3th position? That is 75. That will get displayed. Now the I value will be incremented by 1. So 3 plus 1 is equal to 4. Again it will check the condition. Now the I value is 4. Check the condition. 4 is lesser than 4. No, that is the condition is false. So it will come out from the loop. Clear? Now we'll see about reverse indexing. Python enables reverse or negative indexing for the list elements. Thus, Python list index in opposite order. The Python sets -1 as the index value for the last element in list and -2 for the preceding element and so on. Right? This is called as reverse indexing. Reverse indexing is also known as negative indexing or negative subscript. Okay. Now look at the example. Marks is equal to 10, 23, 41, 75. The same example only, but here we are using reverse indexing, that is negative indexing. I is equal to -1 while I is greater than or equal to -4. Okay, the condition here the condition is lesser than, here the condition is greater than or equal to -4. Then print off marks of I, then I is equal to I plus -1. Okay, see first last value is my index value is -1. The next value you have to increment by -1 only. Okay, all -1 means -2. Okay, the index value will move to -2. For that only you are incrementing with -1. Okay, now look at that program how it works. Marks is equal to 10, 23, 41, 71. Here you are using I is equal to -1. So it will start indexing from the reverse order, from the last value. Okay, now the value minus 1 will start from the last element, that is 75, minus 1, 41, minus 2, 23, minus 3, 10, minus 4. Clear all of you? If it is negative means the index value starts from the last. Okay. Then the I value here they assigned as minus 1 because the starting value is minus 1. Right? Minus 1. Here while I is greater than or equal to minus 4. Till the conditions become false, the print statement will execute. Okay. Print of marks of I. Okay, what is in the ith value? That element will get displayed. Then after printing the first element, the I value will incremented by minus 1. If it is minus 1, if now the starting value is minus 1 means if you incremented by minus 1 means the I value will change to minus 2. So it will move on to the preceding index value. Then now your output will be from the last 75, 41, 23, 10. Now this table shows the working process of this above reversing index coding. See, look at the program as well as this table. In the first iteration, I is equal to minus 1, right? So I value is minus 1. Then it will check the condition. I is greater than or equal to minus 4, right? So what is I? Minus 1 is greater than or equal to minus 4, right? Condition is true. Okay. Now then the printf statement will get executed. Marks of I. Now the I value is minus 1. So what is in the marks of minus 1th position? That is last element 75. So the 75 will get this printed. Then the I value will incremented by minus 1. So already I value is minus 1 plus minus 1. Okay, it will increment by minus 1. So minus 1 plus 1, 2. So minus 2. It will move on to the next preceding value. Okay, so now the I value is minus 2. Again it will check the condition. Minus 2 is greater than or equal to minus 4. Yes, the minus 2 is greater. So the condition is true. So it will execute the print statement. Marks of minus 2. What is in the mark of minus 2 position? That is 41. So 41 will get printed. Then again the I value will get incremented by minus 1. So minus 2 minus 1, no, minus 3. Now the I value is minus 3. So it will check the condition. Minus 3 is greater than or equal to minus 4. Yes, true. Then the what is the value in marks of minus 3? 23. So 23 will get printed. Then again the I value will be incremented by minus 1. So minus 3 minus 1, that is equal to minus 4. It will check the condition. Now the I value is minus 4. Minus 4 is greater than or equal to minus 4. Yes, here you are having equal to, right? Greater than and equal to. So the condition is true. Marks of minus 4th position, the value is 10. So 10 will get printed. Again the I value will be incremented by minus 1. So minus 4 minus 5, minus 4 minus 1, that is minus 5. Now the I value is minus 5. To check the condition, minus 5 is greater than or equal to 4. No, the condition is false because minus 5 is lesser than minus 4, right? So it will exit from the loop. Clear? Now your output will be 75, 41, 23, 10. Now we'll see about list length. The length of function in Python is used to find the length of a list. That is the number of elements in a list. Okay, if you want to find out the total number of elements in a list means by using this length of function you can easily find out. Okay, here if a list contains another list as an element, suppose if a list contains one more list, that is a nested list, means the length of function returns that inner list as a single element. Okay, suppose for example, we mark 1 is equal to, okay, within the square bracket 10, 12, 30, then one more square bracket and then 1, 2 means total number of length of function will return the value as 10, 12, 13, then that one more parallel list, right? So it will consider as a 4 only. So total number length of function is 4. It won't count the elements in the inner list. Okay, it will consider the nested list, innermost list as a one element. Clear? Look at the example for accessing single element. Python prompt my subject. This is a variable is equal to, here you are using strings. So you have to specify within the double quotes. A square brackets, Tamil, English, computer.science, max. Then closing the square bracket. Now you are going to perform length of function here. len. This is a function name len. Length of function len. Then the list name. Okay, variable name. That is my subject, right? My subject. So totally how many elements are there in my subject? Tamil, English, computer science, max. Totally 4. Now your output will be 4. Clear? Now we'll see one program to display elements in a list using loop. Okay, here my subject is a variable of the list is equal to Tamil, English, Computer Science, Maths. Okay, these are the 4 elements assigned to my subject variable. Now they assigned I value as 0, so I is equal to 0. Here they are using while loop. While I is lesser than, they didn't mention any number here. Okay, instead of mentioning the number, they use the length of function. So I is lesser than length of my subject. Okay, so it will execute the first length of my subject value. Okay, then based off that value, the print statement will execute. Okay, now what is the length of my subject? 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So now instead of length of my subject, the 4 will get declared when the length of my subject executes. Okay, so the condition while loop will check condition I is lesser than 4. Okay, till the conditions become false, the print statement will execute by printing the my subject of ith position value. After that, the I value will get increment. Now see how it works. My subject is equal to Tamil, English, Computer Science, Maths. Now the I value is 0 while I is lesser than len of my subject. Now it will count the number of elements in the my subject. So totally 4. So it will check the condition from I is lesser than 4. Okay, it check the condition. Now first one I is 0. So 0 is lesser than 4. Right, in first iteration I is lesser than 4, that is I value is 0. Now 0 is lesser than 4 is the condition is true. Then the print statement will execute, that is print of my subject of I. What is in I now? 0. So my subject of 0. What is in the my subject of 0th position? Tamil. So Tamil will get printed. Then the I value will increment by 1. Now the I value change from 1 to 0 plus 1, that is 1. Okay, now I value is 1. Again it will check the condition. 1 is lesser than, what is the length of my subject? That is value is 4, right? So 1 is lesser than 4. Yes, the condition is true. Then print of my subject of 1, right? My subject of I value is now 1. So what is in 1? English. My subject of 1 is English, so English will get printed. Then again the I value will get incremented by 1. Now the I value becomes 2. It will check the condition. The condition is true. Print statement of my subject of 2 is Computer Science. That will get printed. Then again it will I value get incremented to 3. Let's check the condition. The 3 is lesser than 4. Yes, the condition is true. Now it will print my subject of 3. What is it? That is max. So max will get displayed. Now the I value will get incremented by 1. Now the I value turn from 3 to 4. Again it will check the condition. 4 is lesser than 4. No, the condition is false. So it will exit from the loop. Now your output will be Tamil, English, Computer Science, Math. Okay. Now we'll see how to access elements using for loop. In Python, the for loop is used to access all the elements in a list one by one. Okay. By using this for loop, you can able to access directly each element in a list. Okay, in while loop and all, you have to specify the conditions, right? Okay, by based on the condition only, you can able to access the variable values in the index variable. But here, by using this for loop, you can directly access all the elements in a list one by one. Okay, for this you have to use the keyword for. Okay, now look at the syntax for loop. For index variable in list. For is a keyword. Index variable here represents the index value of each element in a list. Okay, if there is a list, means there will be elements, right? That each element only this index variable represents. Okay, this in is a membership operator. By using this, we can able to find whether the particular index variable is present in the list or not. Right, in is a membership operator. Then the list name. Okay, the list name you have to specify here. Then the print. Okay, print statement. Then within the bracket parenthesis, you are going to print that index value, right? Index variable that you have to specify here. Okay, here index variable var, that is index variable represents the index value of each element in the list. Python reads this for statement like English. How for element, so that is for every element in the list. Okay, that is first one is for every element in the list and print the list items. Okay, first one is for, right? Next one is print, right? For every element in the list, then print the list items. Okay, now look at the example. Marks is equal to 23, 45, 67, 78, 98. Okay, this is a list assigned to the variable marks. Now you are using for loop. Okay, by using the for loop, you can able to access each element in a list. Okay, for is the keyword, x is a index variable. Okay, by using this index variable only, you can able to access each element in membership operator, then the list name, that is marks. Okay, then next one is print of x. By using this print of statement, you can able to print each element in the list. Okay, here in this mark has 5 elements. Okay, each element is indexed from 0 to 4, right? First element is 0, second element is 1, then 2, 3, 4. Okay, the index from 0 to 4. The Python reads the for loop. Okay, it will read each element, okay, in the list of marks, and it will print each element. Okay, first it will take for x, the first value 23, which in marks, then that value will get print first, then it will move on to the next. So for 45 in marks, then I print 45, so the 45 will get printed till the last element, it will get printed. Clear all of you? Okay, this for loop statement in English we can say like this: for every element represented as x in the list of marks and print the value of the element. Okay, now we'll see about how to change a list element. In Python, lists are mutable. Mutable means you can able to make, change or alter your list elements. Okay, a list elements or range of elements can be changed or altered by using simple assignment operator, that is equal to. By using this assignment operator equal to, you can able to change or alter the list elements. Okay, now look at the syntax. Here you're having two syntax. Okay, one is for, suppose if you want to change only one element, means you have to use the first syntax. Suppose if you want to change a range of elements, okay, from second element to fourth element, like that, if you are going to change or alter any range of elements, you have to follow the second syntax. Okay, here first syntax, list variable, okay, then within the square bracket the index of an element equal to, this is an assignment operator, value to be changed. Okay, here list elements you have to declare the list variable. Okay, list variable, suppose marks means marks you have to mention here. Okay, the list variable name you have to mention, then within the square bracket which element you are going to change, that element index value you have to mention. If it is you are going to change the marks of 2, third element means you have to mention 2 here. Okay, is equal to this assignment operator, then the value to be changed. Okay, to which value you are going to change that changeable value you have to mention here. Okay, then the next one is for range, list variable, then index from is 2, this is a colon, then index 2. The list variable, that is a list variable name, then the square bracket. Here suppose if you are going to change a range of elements, means this index from is the beginning index of the range. Okay, from which range from which index value you are going to change, that starting beginning index value you have to mention here, then colon, then index 2 is the range which is excluded in the range. That is, suppose if you are giving 0 is to 4, means it will take from 0 index value till the third element, that is n minus 1. Okay, that is excluded. What is the value, what is the index value you are giving here, index 2 place, that range is excluded, not included. Okay, that is excluded. Okay, before that only, that is n minus 1 only it will take. Okay, then is equal to assignment operator, then the values to be changed. For example, if you set the range 0 is to 5, okay, 0 your index from is 0, index 2 is 5, means Python takes only 0 to 4 as in element index. Okay, so suppose if you want to update the range elements from 1 to 4, you want to update from 1 to 4, means you have to specify as square bracket 1 is to 5, because the last in the index 2 is there. No, index 2 value will take n minus 1. So the Python will take only 1:4. Clear about this? Now we'll see one Python program to update or change single value. Okay, look at the example. My list is equal to 2, 4, 5, 8, 10. Okay, my list is a list variable. Okay, in this variable you are assigning 5 elements. Okay, that is 2, 4, 5, 8, 10 within the square bracket. Next statement is print statement within the double quotes, my list elements before update. Okay, then you are using loop. For loop is mainly used to access one element at a time. Okay, for x, okay, is the index variable. In is the membership operator. The name of the list is my list. Okay, so it will access one element from the list. Then print of x, or after accessing one element, it want to print that particular element. So print of x. Okay, next one, the same list you are here. This is the 2, 4, 5, 8, 10 is the actual list. Now you are going to change, okay, one element, that is my list of, within the bracket the index value you are specifying, that is 2. So 0 index value is 2, 1 index value is 4, then 2 index value is 5. So you are going to change the element 5. So that index value only you are specifying here, that is my list of 2 is equal to which value you are going to change. Okay, value to be changed, that you have to mention here, equal to 6. Instead of 5 you are going to update or change as 6. Clear about this? Okay, my list is the list variable name. Then within the square bracket you have to mention the index value. So second position, that is 2 value means actually the index starts from 0, right? So 0, 1, 2. So third element you are going to change, equal to this assignment operator, value to be changed. Okay, which value? Okay, to which value you have to change, that value you have to mention here, 6. Instead of 5 you are going to change to 6. Clear? Then again the print statement, my list elements after updation. Okay, then again for loop y. Okay, here you are using another variable y. So it will take each and every element in the list after updating in my list, that then print of y. Okay, by using this printer you are going to display each element in the list after updation. Okay, now your output will be like this only. Look at the output. First print statement, what is that? My list elements before update. So my list elements before update. Then 2, what is the first list? 2, then 4, 5, 8, 10. As usual, say what is in the my list, that will get printed one by one. Then what is the next one? You are going to change, right? The second index value position to change to 6. So after updating, after changing that particular element, again you are going to print by using the for loop. So my list elements after updation, first element is 2, second element is 4, then instead of 5 it's changed to 6, then 8, 10. Clear about this? This is how you can able to change or update single value in a list. Clear? Okay, now we'll see one more program to update and change range of values. Okay, look at the example. My list is equal to 13579. Okay, then print of list odd numbers for x in my list. So it will access x value, means that is a index variable. It will access one element from my list and it will print by using the print statement. Okay, then the next line here only you are going to change the range of cells. Okay, range of values, that is my list of 0 is to 5. My list is the name of the list. Then this is the index starting value. Okay, 0 from 0. So it will take from the first element till 5. 5 means n minus 1, that is 4. So 0 to, it will take only 0 to 4. That is 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Okay, so that from 0 to 4, it want to update the variables, it want to change the variables, list elements like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Instead of 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, it's going to change by 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay, instead of 1, it will change to 2. Instead of 3, it will change to 4. Instead of 5, 6, 7, 8, instead of 9, 10. Okay. Now after changing the range of values in this list, it's going to print by using this print statement, list even numbers. Then again, it's going to access one element from the changed list elements and it will print by using the print of state. Okay. Now your output will be the first print list odd numbers. Okay. In the print of list odd numbers. So list odd numbers will get this printed. Then by using this for loop, it will take access one element from my list and it will print. So what is in before changing the values, the list elements are 1, then 3, 5, 7, 9. Then after changing that, after updating, so my list of 0 to 5, it's going to change with the values 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Then by using the print statement, it will print list even numbers. So list even numbers get printed. Then by using the for loop and print statement, you are going to print one elements from the list after updating, after changing the range of values. So after changing the range of values, your output will be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Clear all of you? Let's summarize this topic. Python programming language has 4 collections of data types such as list, tuple, set and dictionary. A list is known as a sequence data type. Each value of a list is called as elements. The elements of list should be specified within square brackets. Each element has a unique value called index number, begins with 0. Python allows positive and negative values as index. Loops are used to access all elements from a list. The for loop is a suitable loop to access all the elements one by one. Students, still we are having some more topics to complete this lesson. Inshallah, I'll continue this lesson in the upcoming videos. I hope you all understood. Thank you, students.